name's Matt Walden, and I've been asked by Timothy to do a little introduction with you. And the idea of this is to get us kind of ready for the learning during the next few hours and over the weekend. So I'm going to start out with some water. Now, if you haven't got any water handy, I recommend going and grabbing some. And I do want it to be water. Don't want Coke or juice or anything like that. We want water. And I'll explain why that's important. So whilst you're getting that glass of water, if you haven't got one already, I'm just going to have a little swig of this, okay? Now, many of you will know that water is, of course, what we're largely composed of. And in fact, even though the figures that talk about us being maybe 65%, 70% water is true, by volume, when you actually look at it by molecular count, we're more than 99% water, because water molecules are just literally H2O, aren't they? So it's, was that 2 hydrogens, one oxygen? I forget which way around it is. Should know this kind of stuff. But anyway, just 3 little atoms, so they're tiny little molecules, and actually more than 99% of our molecules are water. So we need to ensure that we're getting a good supply of water through, because essentially we have moved out of the water from an evolutionary perspective. We were waterborne creatures. We have decided to leave the water, therefore now we have various mechanisms to hold water inside of us. But if our water levels get even just slightly low, it can impact on all kinds of things, from energy levels to psychological status, the ability to learn, to focus. Even things like depression can be related to dehydration, as well as many other things such as digestive issues, blood pressure issues, joint pain, that kind of thing. So hydration is absolutely key. So hopefully you've got your glass of water by now. Now, water has a very special property. So water is diamagnetic. And what that means is that it has a charge to it, which is polarized to something that is paramagnetic. And the most paramagnetic substance known to science is oxygen. Okay, so I have here what's called a chi stick. Now this is a chi stick, not a cheese stick. So chi literally means energy. So you've heard of Tai Chi, well that's moving energy. You've heard of Qigong, well that's energy work, okay? This is a chi stick. Now you don't need a chi stick, you could use a bit of wood, or you could have nothing at all. I'm going to start out with nothing at all, but before I do that, basically the drill I'm going to show you is to move your hands up like this, and then back down and towards the groin area, and then you shift towards that front foot and up and back down. Now, so we can use a chi stick to facilitate that, and there's some reasons why that could be helpful, but you can do it without any kind of stick. You can just do it with your hands free, and I quite like it with your hands free as well. So you take a stance like you're on a surfboard, because you want to create stability. Okay, you don't want to feel like you're going to wobble or fall over. You want to stand like you're on a surfboard, and what you're going to do is you're just going to move forwards and inhale on the way forwards and up, like you're inflating the body. Breathe in through the nose, and then exhale on the way back down. Doesn't matter how you exhale, it could be through the mouth or through the nose. The breath in through the nose, and then out. So I mentioned chi. Now chi is energy, and we're born with a certain amount of chi or energy in the body. And chi is that kind of innate chi that we're born with is, as I say, innate. It's like having a certain balance in your bank account. But when we go through life, we acquire chi. So we acquire chi through foods, through movement, through sleep, through breathing, and so on. So what you'll find is with any chi-based discipline, there's normally a lot of breath involved. But all of these chi-based disciplines, I'm just switching legs by the way, so I'm just turning around the other way. All of these chi-based disciplines, they evolved in the East. And the interesting thing about that is that in the East, the way people sanitized their water for millennia was to boil it and to add tea leaves, a high antioxidant tea leaves. And that would tend to kill pretty much anything that would cause people a problem. In the West, what we did was we distilled our water. So Westerners have far better ability to process alcohol. They have an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase, whereas Easterners tend not to have that enzyme, and they struggle more with alcohol, struggle more to process it. So, but the big advantage of not having that, or of having had that cultural background, is that when you breathe and you're hydrated, you can feel the oxygen meeting with the water, and this diamagnetic polarity from the oxygen and the from the water, and the paramagnetic charge from the oxygen, they meet, and that creates spin, it creates work potential, so it generates energy. So you get a sense of lift, you get a sense of energy. But qi is like a kind of adaptogen. So you might have heard of ginseng. Ginseng is an adaptogen in as much as if you're stressed out, it will calm you down. Whereas if you're exhausted, it will pick you up. So the reason that we go through this Tai Chi movement and the breathing is that it will allow you the energy, so that when you're feeling tired, if you're watching and you start to feel a bit sleepy, then's a great time to just do a couple of cycles, deep breath in, and all the way back, and down, and out. Okay? Now another little nice visualization while you're doing this is that in 1 cubic centimeter of space, there's enough energy to boil all the oceans on the planet. So imagine that, you're picking up this space and you're dropping it in through your head, down your system, right the way down to the base. And in, lift it up. This is where it's quite nice to not have a stick, and it's just like you're bathing in this energy. Okay? You're washing your body with the energy. You're scooping it up, inhale, and you're dropping it in through your head and down all the way through your system, right the way to your tail at the base there. Okay? And so what that does is it prepares you, it helps to bring your brainwave state down to a calm brainwave state, and it helps just to prepare you, give you the energy ready to focus. Okay? So that's my little tip to start today, and tomorrow we're going to develop this a little further and start talking about other ways that we can optimize energy, both for the actual event, but also going into the work environment and in life in general. So thanks for listening, and see you later.